Hello everyone, welcome to Caroline's Craftery and welcome to the Happy Mail Movement. Yes, it's hosted by Kim Newberg. All of her information is in the video description, and so I strongly recommend checking out her video and going from there. Now, what is the Happy Mail Movement? In simple terms, you send me a handmade envelope and I send you one. So the idea is to just basically send an envelope, maybe tuck a card in it, something little that you made, but keep it just one postage stamp. So you got to keep it under a certain weight. The weights are different in Canada, the US, international, etc. So you'll have to figure out how much your envelope can be sent, like weight-wise, for one stamp. I believe Canada's like, I don't even know. I can't honestly say. But anyways, one stamp to send it. And the idea is to do a homemade envelope, so not a purchased envelope or something. And there's tons of ways to make envelopes. And I'm not going to actually make envelopes. I'm just going to show some ideas on what you could use for your envelopes and sizing of envelopes. And I decided to join Kim on this because I thought it was a really great idea. And who does not like to get happy mail? So my address will be in my description below. And then when I receive one from you, then I will in turn send one back to you. So if you send me one, make sure that your address is clearly written on the outside of the envelope. And so this is a purchased envelope. Now I was using this kind of as an idea for size. Now this happens to be, it is about 8 1/4 by a little over 6 inches. Now this was something that a card came in, and it says over here, extra postage required. Now if I just put a piece of cardboard in this envelope and mail it, it won't cost me extra postage. And I'm in Canada, so because I use this size for when I'm mailing stuff out of my Etsy shop. I happen to have hundreds of them. So that's why I use this size. And like I say, it was for a greeting card. And the extra postage is because greeting cards are heavy, especially if you get like a bigger, thicker card. So I was kind of using this just kind of as a size, like dimension size. Now, tons and tons of ways to make envelopes. Maybe you have a punch board. Now, the biggest envelope on here is 6 by 8 1/2. Now, that's, pretty good size. It's like close to this size here. Little bit smaller, but maybe you're lucky enough to have one. I have one, but I had to dust it off when I pulled it out because I rarely ever use it. But maybe doing this handmade happy mail movement, maybe I'll use it more. So there's that. Now, what can you use for your envelopes? This is just a book page. This actually came out of I don't know which I took this out of. I guess I just, oh no, it was this herb book here. It's a pretty big book. The pages are really nice and strong in it. I bought it a long time ago. I think when I first started doing junk journals, and I've never used it yet. So the pages are nice and sturdy. Here is one folded up. Now this is a page folded up. Now I haven't glued these. I cut this up like Kim did hers. So check out her video on how to make these. They are so easy. So easy. But to give you an idea, just for size, this is almost 9 inches wide by 11 1/4. Now the envelope I got from it is almost 8 by 4 3/4. Now if I compare this to this, that's quite a bit smaller, but this is actually quite a nice size. And you could put, like, cut this out, cut a V, etc. I know Jean's Gems is doing this as well. So check out her channel as well. She's got a couple good ideas on making the envelopes and whatnot. And then you would decorate it. The important thing is to make sure that you have your address, return address up here. So that way when you send me one or somebody else one, they can get your address so they have it to send you one back. And then, of course, leave a big enough spot on the front to write my address on. So there's that one. Then we have just a piece of music paper. Just your random music book like this here. I think these pages were a tiny little bit smaller. Yeah, they're quite a bit smaller. But this page is 8 1/4 by almost 11. The envelope I got is almost 5 by 7 1/4. And again, it's quite a bit smaller than this one. And envelopes can be different sizes. They can be longer and skinnier. And then, of course, you decorate it up. Add some stickers, do a little collage. Don't get anything bulky because, number one, when they're running it through their machines, you don't want anything to get caught. And if you make it thick, it's going to cost you more money. So there is one just out of a music paper. Map pages. Colorful. And these are like really thick. I don't know if I would send just copy paper ones, because copy paper isn't that strong. And it's nice to use up the pages from different things. Now this map page is 9 inches by a little over a foot. And then the envelope I got from it is a little over 5 1/2 by 8. Great size. I think that's a great size. So there's that. And again, you know, maybe put a label here and a bigger label here, or take a piece of paper and glue it down to write on, because you want to be able to see it. Because the post office is going to want to see it. And then you put your stamp over here and off it goes in the mail. I've also got this paper here. Came out of this huge book. It is huge. The book itself is 10 1/4 by probably 14 inches. I bought this right after I started junk journals. And beautiful, beautiful pictures in it, but they're so big, I don't know how to use them. Like this would look great, like upon your wall or something. But there's lots of pages that are just writing. So, but I love this book. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. It was actually from 1977. But there is that. Now the envelope I used, and it's all white on the one side because I used the first page. And all these envelopes I've showed you so far, I made them the way Kim is making hers. So with this, like I say, this was almost 10 inches for the page and probably 14 inches. My envelope finished is 6 by 8 3/4. Now this is pretty close to this size here. And this paper is really, really tough. It is really super good quality. So that's always nice. Now another option, and Jean's Gems did this. She had a template. Well, I happen to have a digital template kit in my shop. So I took 2 of the envelopes and I made them as big as I could to fit on one page. And these are just printed onto a copy paper, 24-pound copy paper. Is it strong enough? I think I'd want to reinforce, especially around there. And that could be done with my decorations. But then, of course, you fold it up and you got a great envelope. Now, I enlarged 2 sizes of these, or 2 different envelopes of these. And these turned out to be, this one here is 3 3/4 by 7 1/2. More of a business type envelope, you know, but you could also decorate it this way too. Then this one here is 4 3/4 by 6 1/4. Now the nice thing about these is I can print them onto any paper I want. I just took a music paper out of this here book here, and I cut it to 8 1/2 by 11, ran it through my printer, and now all that I got to do is cut it out and decorate it. The music paper is fairly strong. The one thing I will point out, when I did the map page, when I folded it, it almost looked like it was going to start like cracking. So that's something to watch for on different papers. Now my envelopes that I send out are going to be made out of a variety of papers. There'll be different sizes. I'll decorate them and I'll slip something inside that's nice and flat. Maybe a tag or a journal card, or maybe just a greeting card, or some stickers, or maybe some vintage papers. Who knows? It'll all depend on what I'm thinking at the time. But I think a lot of mine, I'm going to do it this way because it's going to be easy. I like it. And then I've already got my distressing around it. And then cut it out, decorate it, plop my address label there and your address here. And it's a done deal. So what do you need to do? Well, send me an envelope with just something really little. Remember to keep it with 1 postage stamp to send it. I mean, you're welcome to send whatever you want, but when I send yours back, it's going to be the envelope with 1 postage stamp. So keep that in mind. And I think this is a great way to just show appreciation, show your work. Just, yeah. I think it's just a really cool idea that Kim came up with, and I love the idea, so here I am. Leave a comment and tell me if you're gonna, if you're in or not. And just because you leave a comment doesn't mean that you're gonna participate in this. So, you know, feel free to leave a comment anyways, but just if you intend on taking part, just say I'm in and send off your envelope once you get it made, and when I receive it, I'll send you one back. We've all done swaps. I used to do lots of them and I love them, but how many times do you kind of don't get anything back after you've sent yours out, etc.? And it's disappointing. And this way you know that you're going to get something back because you're swapping with me and not some random person and whatnot. And I don't like to have to track people down. I've put on a lot of swaps as well, and there's nothing worse than tracking down people. Have you sent your stuff? This, have you done this? Have you received it? You know, and it gets to be a lot of work. And this, I want it to be fun. That is the key. It's fun. It's happy. That's why it's Happy Mail Movement. So let's get that mail moving, and check out Kim's channel. And anybody else that I know is taking part in it, I'll also leave their YouTube channels below. Like I say, I know Jean's Gems is doing it, and there's another lady that Kim knows that's doing it. I can't remember her name, but it's on Kim's video, so you'll be able to find it from there. So hope you'll take part. I hope you like this idea, and I look forward to receiving Happy Mail Movement from you. We'll see you again soon. Bye.